All right, we're back. It's One Man Brand Radio here on News Radio, KLBJ. So, Jim, one thing that we've all learned through the years is that memory is largely rehearsed. Psychologists will tell you that memories, in a lot of ways, are we tell a story over and over again, and there's always a little bit of room for embellishment. Things are subjective. Memory's definitely subjective, where we're all bringing our own point of view, and there seems to be, I don't know, maybe not. It seems to be some different stories about how the name Canada's Huggable Car Dealer came out. So how about I'll tell you my version, you tell me your version, or I'll tell you my version, you tell me where I got it wrong, okay?
Okay.
Gare Maxwell comes to Austin for a book deal with Roy H. Williams, meets me, brings me to Canada, introduces me to you, you hire me, I come home, bring you back a marketing campaign, you don't like it. Bring you back a second marketing campaign, you don't like that. Come back with the third one based on the feedback of the first two, and it's like, Jim wants to be the huggable guy, so let's just make him the huggable guy. Jim, how about Canada's Huggable Car Dealer? You loved it, and we were off to the races.
All right, so my version is, me and Gare Maxwell come to Texas to see the Magical Worlds, to do Magical Worlds, and Ray Seggern gives me 3 or 4 ads that you had for me. This would be your first ads.
Yes.
And the 3 or 4 ads were, and I hope I'm not politically incorrect when I say this, but I'm going to say U.S. election-style attack ads. Where it's all about the other guy's not that great.
American attack. We'll call him American attack dog. By the way, there's nothing wrong. I mean, you know, I came to Canada before you guys came to Magical World, so and you had hired me before you came to Magical World.
So I looked at those attack ads. Now I don't know any different. I believe in people, but I read those ads, Ray, and I said my wife will never allow those ads back in Canada. Right. She would not even allow me back in with them. That's what I'm thinking. I said, so how do I say this to Ray? So I said, Ray, I said, of course I got the blame of my wife. I said, listen, Donna just won't allow ads like that. And you looked at me and you said, what do you mean? I said, we're nice guys. We just want to talk about us. And you said, oh, so you think you're huggable. And I looked at you, and the great Gare Maxwell beside me, his eyes almost come out of his head. And we said, yeah, we're huggable. That's what we are. We care about people. We're huggable. And you said, good. And then the next day, you come back with the best ads that were ever in the history of the airwaves in the world. And you changed the whole radio ad structure in Eastern Canada because everybody wanted to try your new style ads that just talked about having fun in the Jim Gilbert's new car.
Sure. So you know what's interesting is there's nothing in the actual narrative of how Canada's Huggable Car Dealer came to be. It's the thing I'm realizing is I told my version and you told your version. There's still a lot of details we could fill in there, right?
Good details.
Good details for sure. But there's nothing about your version that's different than mine. It's just you're emphasizing certain parts that me, you, and Gare and the aha moment at Wizard Academy definitely happened. Yeah, so
your aha moment.
Yeah, for sure. There's nothing. I don't think there's any disconnect. I don't think your version's different than mine. I just think that we're choosing to highlight certain parts of that. But isn't that the way, though? You know, if you ask, like, if you were to go back and, what would be a good example here? So, like, when a couple's been dating for a while, if you were going to go back and ask the man and the woman to talk about the courtship early on, you know the woman's going to remember certain things a lot that were special to her, and the guy's going to remember different things that were special to her, and they all happened, right? But if you just hear the male version of the female version, you don't get the whole story. And I think that in this case, where you get the business owner's version and the consultant, the ad man, the creative guy's version, when you marry them together, that's the real story. Agree?
Well, I think the real story is, right, you changed the whole ad structure in my community by having these nice, fun ads that everybody tried to copy you for years in my market. And that actually, to me, was so exciting that I came and met you. You showed us a new way to do things. We took your new way home. You wrote wonderful ads. And the greatest form of success is when people copy you, right?
Sure.
And it was so slick to have everybody copying
Oh.
Ray Seggern instead of copying somebody in Toronto or Chicago. I loved it, Ray.
So most of our listeners, we've got listeners all around the world. Okay, we've got, but the vast majority of them are people who are listening in Austin, Texas, right? Okay, listening over the airwaves on Saturday morning. But then people, stream it and they find it on the website. To the uninitiated, Fredericton, New Brunswick, the provincial seat of one of the smaller provinces in Canada, is, no disrespect, is nothing special. Okay, it's not Toronto, it's not Vancouver,
No,
it's not Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown, it's not Halifax. It's just this kind of unassuming city. It's similar to Austin in that it's a government town in a lot of ways because you got the provincial seat there. But it's about, the trade area is about the size of Tyler, Longview, Texas, about 100,000 people.
Yeah, 80,000. Yeah.
Okay, so it's small-ish, and for you to be selling 150 cars a month out of a trade area that size, sure, you can give me all the accolades, and I appreciate the ability to build the brand and give you a tent pole. Okay, you've got this big tent, and if you don't have a big tent pole, you don't have a big tent. But there's a lot of other things going on in the three-ring circus underneath the tent. What past the brand have you attributed to the success where you could go from a dozen cars a month to 150 cars a month?
Well, I think it's consistency. We built it like one brick at a time, like one brick and then another brick and another brick. And every brick built on the brick before it. So, we listened to, actually, like I said, it was Joe Girard got us with the birthday program. Then Ray Seggern got us with the really great ads. Our marketing, like yours weren't even ads, they were just marketing stories. The Wizard got us with telling the story. Gary Maxwell came in and helped us spread the story. My wife got the bears to everybody in the birthday gifts. Like it was brick after brick after brick, and it was consistency. Like I believe, and I still believe this minute, if say what you do and do what you say. And if you tell people you're doing it, you got to do it, and you got to do it, and you can never not do it. And it's got to be that consistency, because to sell that many vehicles a month in that smaller market, you got to have the largest repeat referral thing ever happen, and our customers keep coming back. They bring their friends and family back. Or, if you didn't have referrals or repeat business, you'd have no business. So everybody was important to us, and we make them feel it. And every employee is important to us, we make them feel it. And everybody that we do business with, I don't know if you want to call them subcontractors, but anybody comes in and brings in parts or drive cars, we make them feel like part of the team also. And then we have everybody spreading the story. Like the guy that comes in and delivers a car, we give him a coffee. Somebody said, well, he just works for the auction. Well, I personally make him a coffee. At Christmas time, we give out gifts to everybody. We give out our shirts and jackets to everybody, because you got to have everybody telling and spreading your story. And it goes right back to something we said earlier. Everybody now is a media personality, and everybody got a chance to talk your story or tell your story, and you have to supply a great story.
Jim, thanks for being my guest this morning on One Man Brand Radio. Thanks for coming to Austin, spend a little time with us. We always appreciate catching up with you, and we'll do it again real soon, okay?
Thank you, Ray, for having me.
And we're going to get you out of here on that. I want to say thanks to everybody behind the scenes here who helps make the show possible. Talking about my producers, Sweet Jack Anderson, and also Monica Ballard and Paul Kriegler. I'm Ray Seggern. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you back here next Saturday morning for another edition of One Man Brand Radio here on News Radio KLBJ.